6 years ago, I learned that carbon dioxide is something that comes out of our respiratory system. But I was too lazy to find out more about it. One day, my family and I were in a shopping center. My mom bought me an ice cream. When we went out and were about to cross the traffic, suddenly a car drove by and black fumes came out of it. My ice cream was a bit dark, and yet I still licked it, and it tastes like carbon, so I threw it away. As I grew up, I learned that carbon emissions can be extremely dangerous. It's very clear that in this day and age, we are exploding with carbon emissions and what's the impact on our environment. I couldn't imagine what would happen if I ate that ice cream though. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dia Shyamamohita from SMA Negeri 1 Amblapura. On this beautiful day, I'd like to share my opinion on the importance of saving our world, especially on the topic of zero emission. As I said earlier, our planet needs our hands. Not only the planet, but what's in it. We are already seeing what carbon emissions can do. The weather anomalies, the melting of the polar ice caps, most creatures have lost their habitat and yet food source. But most people still think this is a trivial matter. Isn't it painful seeing this? The saddest thing is that humans are the cause of it. Imagine in the future our children asking about animals, plants that are extinct. It may be a simple question, but it will break my heart if the future turns out to be like that. What will our future be like if this situation continues to happen? That's why there should be an end to the use of carbon dioxide. Not only the sake for our planet, but it's for our sustainable future. Everyone knows that Earth has reached a period of great concern. But yet most people still remained indifferent. Which leads us to our main character today, the greenhouse gases. The greenhouse is caused by human activities. One of them is the uncontrollable use of transport and electronic devices. The greenhouse gas contains many gases, including carbon dioxide. According to the executive summary, Indonesia's total energy supply will be increased by nearly 60% between 2000 and 2021. In 2021, energy sector emissions will be 600 million tons of carbon dioxide, making Indonesia the world's 9th largest emitter. According to the data, it is only the case in Indonesia. In the meantime, human populations are spreading all over the world. Just imagine how much carbon dioxide the atmosphere is going to absorb, and yet it can't absorb that much. Let's make a simple illustration out of it. If someone smokes in front of you, what will you do? I'm sure you'd move to a better place, right, to avoid the smoke. That's easy for us as humans. But what about our planet? It can't move, it can't talk either. It would just stay and enjoying humans' destructive behavior. We release 50 billion tons of greenhouse gases every year. That's why countries all over the world have one same goal. It's called net zero emission. Net zero means for every molecule, 3 greenhouse gas that we cause, we put into the air, and we also take one out, making our net emission zero. It's like achieving balance, and it must be reached by 2050. How do we reach net zero? First, it's about reduction. That's why our governments all over the world have set up a program called green transportation. It's about a transportation that has no negative impact on the environment and relies on renewable energy sources. In fact, we've seen many examples of it, like public transport, bicycle, walk, or even your scooter or rollerblade. The green transportation, it doesn't just give the environment benefits, but it's also for us. Like, if we're using our own vehicles like cars, it's certainly going to cost us for the fuel, right? But if we use the green transport, it will make us healthier and we can save more money. the other alternative is like our culture. In Bali, there's a day called Nyepi, right? Nyepi can reduce by up 30% of carbon dioxide. Second, it's about reabsorption, or what is it called? Conservation. We have to protect our natural assets like mangrove, forests, wetlands, peatlands. If these are properly maintained, the carbon that is emitted can be absorbed back and balanced out. Lastly, working together. The main point. Not just as Indonesian people, we have to do this, but humans all over the world. We have the power to shape a better future for our planet. If not us, who else? If we lost nature, we have nothing to call as future. Let's conclude by saying that carbon emissions that we have created cause the horrible things that happen today. Our goal of healing the world becomes clearer with net zero. Humans have taken too much from nature. Now it's our turn to return to what it was meant to be. If it's not now, when will it be? For our future, for our next generation. That's why. Allows me to end my speech today by quoting what Paul Pullman said. Climate change isn't about, or sometimes is mistaken about, changing of the weather. In reality, it's a change of the way we live. Thank you for your attention, everybody. Have a nice day. Goodbye.